70%. Enough to where I can move around and I've got my mobility back, but I'm not doing any lifting still.
Hello and welcome.
Wow,
in,
Isaiah,
everyone,
you're
to
very
the
quiet.
TMNT
I can't
update
turn you
show.
up anymore,
I'm
Isaiah.
Titan Isaiah from the SMITE community team. And if you're new here and this is your first time kind of checking this out, this is our monthly update show, our show where we break down everything that's headed your way over the next few weeks coming to SMITE. We're going to be going over balance changes, buffs and nerfs to gods and characters depending on pro and casual play and your feedback. We've got a lot of awesome skins, some community news about some events, and of course, the reveal of our awesome new crossover battle pass, TMNT, aka Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm super stoked to hop into it, and with me, I've got the squad ready in the background from the design team. I've got Pon and Clumsy. First of all, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty well.
It's going good. Good day.
Nice. Well, we have got a packed show today, guys, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. And we're going to kick things off with bonus balance for 7.10, the bonus update that is headed everybody's way next week on the 20th. And before we hop all the way in and do a deep dive, we're getting towards the end of the season and the World Championships, so our balance philosophy is changing just a little bit. Pon and Clumsy, you guys want to talk about what's going on for these last two updates
big
of the
overarching
season
changes
and how we're addressing balance moving towards the World Championships?
That's usually how they do it.
Definitely. So yeah, the big thing is, depending on who you are, you might notice the year has either flown by very quickly or has been stagnant. But we are approaching the end of the year. We're approaching season 7
we lost
shortly.
Okay.
And so with the Worlds happening soon,
why does Pon's background look like a green screen?
This balance change being the main bulk of our kind of like pro high level focus changes. I'm targeting things that are very currently in the top of the meta, things that we know the pros have been talking about. So that's a lot of the focus of this bonus balance and this patch as a whole. With this one being the bulk of it, with next one only really being there for fixes, because we don't want to shake up the things too close to the actual world itself.
For sure. So lots of sweeping changes for this bonus balance round in the November update. And once we move into December, it's going to be just some smaller tweaks and fixes as we get closer to the World
usually how it works. End of the year, you don't get any big changes because
guys, we'll kick it off with items.
Worlds, you know?
And first off, we're going to talk about Heartseeker getting a nerf here. We're going to be decreasing the bonus damage from 3.3% to 6% down to 2% to 5% of the target's max health.
Interesting.
Yeah, Pon, you want to go ahead and start on this one?
Yeah, sure. So one thing that we noticed, we see a lot of people discussing, especially around like tank survivability.
I mean, it's definitely
and the,
a good item.
That damage dealers have against tanks and vice versa. And one thing that we saw actually bear out pretty well in the stats is that assassins especially are killing tanks more effectively. Hunters and guardians, their relationship's a bit more complicated, but assassins do seem to be overperforming in that regard, and Heartseeker is a big reason for that. So we are
I guess percent pen on it. Is that the percent damage? Like, that's fine, I guess.
Assassins killing tanks too easily with Heartseeker. So a small reduction on the max health hit should bring them more in line and just kind of set a good even playing field for all the roles.
All right. That's okay.
For sure. All right, next up, we've got Serrated Edge seeing a nerf here. This one's pretty basic. We're just going to be decreasing the movement speed from 10% to 7%.
Yeah, Serrated Edge is one of those items, we came in, we did several different tweaks towards.
I don't know if Serrated Edge needs nerf. I'm going to be real with you guys, but you know what? I'm always down for movement speed getting reduced.
So we're going to just bring it back in line to kind of those other items and do a little bit to the movement speed on that one.
I'm always down for less movement speed in the game.
Gods for bonus balance.
Always.
And the Trickster God update, we're going to be seeing a Loki buff in bonus balance.
So that's
first
spooky.
off, Agonizing Visions, we're going to be increasing the physical power scaling. And then Flurry Strikes, we're going to be increasing the damage scaling on that ability across all the hits. Pon, I'll let you take it away here.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, so Loki, obviously rework happened. People have been playing him a ton. A lot less frustration when fighting him, which was
physical
the goal.
Power scaling. Okay, 10 to 15 Agonizing Visions. That's fine. Who cares?
People playing him, people learning the new style of play. We expect him to perform a bit better over time as people kind of adjust to this new ability play style, but we do see that he is underperforming more than we'd want him to, and specifically people are trying to figure out where they want to put him in.
Flurry strike scaling from 15 to 18%, so 135% to 150% total scaling. Each strike applies a 50% slow as it refreshes. The final hit still applies a 30% slow.
Each strike of those 5 strikes will now apply a 50%
that's a
slow that
huge
refreshes.
buff.
So it won't stack, but it will refresh.
And it works
giving you a little bit of
perfectly
ability
with
to
our
chase and
Loki
slow down
build
targets and
too.
keep them in that flurry strikes range. So helping him
Theoretically,
out
I've never
in
played him
most of
before, but
the
you know,
two big complaints
hypothetically,
were he felt like his damage fell off late game if he went scaling, as well as having a hard time actually keeping people
that's
in
a big
flurry
buff
strikes
to his
to get
best
to the final
ability.
hit.
All right. Well, let's move right
That's in the
along here. And
bonus
I'll preface
balance,
this.
too.
These aren't in alphabetical order, but there's definitely a method to the madness here. We're going to kind of split things up by role here for this bonus balance section. Let's start off with solo lane, and let's talk about Sun Wukong going to be getting a nerf to Somersault Cloud. We're going to be decreasing the physical power scaling by 20% there.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, so as we mentioned at the beginning, a lot of this is going to be catered towards, you know, the high-level players, SPL, and the World's coming up soon.
120% to 100%. I mean,
Sun Wukong
it is 120% scaling.
You're seeing him so very much right now, and we know that a lot of casual players enjoy playing Sun Wukong as well.
Nice.
We wanted to just find something that was a little bit, you know, too strong on him, and we were getting a lot of feedback from the pros as well. And I think we can all agree, Ultimate dealing, you know, 120% damage when you're building as a bruiser in Sun Wukong, it's a little bit high. So bring it to 100. I think it should be pretty okay.
Yeah, that's a good nerf. That's a big.
All right, let's move on to Amaterasu, going to be getting a nerf here. To Dazzling Offensive, we're going to be increasing the cooldown. It's 75 seconds at all ranks now. It's going to change to 95, scaling down to 75.
Nice. Nerf.
So this is another one. People have probably been seeing us nerf a Madaros and feel like we've probably gone a little bit too far on the nerfs.
No.
But this is something that we see at pro level play, especially in Madaros.
No, you have not gone too far.
So we're focusing on the ultimate.
She's still picked in every rank game, man.
At like level 5 to
right,
like
take
15,
her out.
where you can reliably ult before your enemies are going to get their ultimate up.
Put her
this
down.
just brings her more into line with other characters while still preserving her late game strength. We think this is very targeted at the high level play.
She will always be viable
games are going to feel
as long as she
the
has her first ability, and that's just a fact about AMA.
Let's talk about Hunters next up. Cupid going to be first up for bonus balance nerfs. Heart Bomb going to be decreasing the power scaling from 90 to 80%.
Yeah, so we gave Cupid a little bit like
keeping its minion clear, right?
And with that, he is skyrocketing. I mean, he was always honestly a good pick, whether you believe it or not. But he's the number one hunter across the game right now in pick ban as well as in win rate. So you see him all the time in the SPL. He's one of the highest hunters in contention. So we're gonna be hitting that power scaling a little bit because it hits pretty hard. 90 on 2 different hits. That's 180 power scaling. We're gonna bump that down just a little bit on each hit.
No problems with any of the changes so far, except for maybe that low-key buff.
The top 2 we always see contested. Astral Barrage, we're going to be decreasing the base damage on the ability.
Yeah, Rom is another character that has been basically at the top of the hunter pool. We're just focusing on taking some of the high-end damage off Astral Barrage.
That's like
we've seen a lot of
really small nerf
after the fact with this ability, even on just the initial hits. So decreasing the base damage here will just make it more likely that enemy teams survive. You have to actually land.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That nerf will not be noticeable.
Small nerf, just again to take the edge off before Worlds hits.
All right, moving on to the mid lane.
You will not feel that change. That was 20 damage at top level.
Decreasing the health on the shield, 20 Hera's level down to 15 times Hera's level.
Yeah, again, talking about the higher competitive level, there's a lot of different mid lane strats going on from the ADC mages and that meta to hunters coming in. And then we slowly started seeing some mages coming in. And with those mages that came in was Hera. We started seeing a lot of Hera. And we know her damage potential can be pretty high, but she also lacks a movement ability of herself outside of her shroud. And we think one really important way to take her down a notch is bringing down her survivability, especially towards the late game.
We talked about Hera's Divine Shroud in our guide being one of the best.
You can just pop that shield.
Getaway ability in the game for not being like an actual movement ability, you know?
Really good. 4 ultimates. Water Cannon, we're going to be decreasing the damage.
Like it's
and then
really
Atlas
good.
of the Yellow River, we're going to be decreasing the slow and the
Hebo nerf
on the water carpet.
Yeah, so Hebo here is definitely a character that we've seen also come in. Just the raw amount of power that he brings, like the mid lane to the jungle role, are just really, really high. So taking some of the base damage off Water Cannon to slow down his early game fight capability. And Atlas of the Yellow River is a 40% to 80% swing now, down from a 50 to 100%
off
swing.
of the slow,
Still
and
a good ability,
5%
still definitely really strong. but not
so
as strong as it has.
10% total change potentially.
For sure.
Plus 10 damage off of the
for
one.
bonus balance, we're going to talk about the support role. Kuzenbo
He will
up
be
first.
fine.
We're going to be on Sumo Slam,
He'll be
decreasing the damage on the ability.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Kuzenbo, especially in the early game, right?
Yes.
People are starting to pick up Blink. People are starting to use that turn radius, which we gave him a little bit ago, to really great strength.
Because it
and we're
could
seeing
do
a lot of damage being dealt, especially
250
once you hit one
damage
gun
at
into
level
other
1.
minions as well. So we're specifically catering towards the early game for Kuzenbo. So we're pretty happy with the mid to late game.
Yeah.
All right, last
Great
up for
nerf.
bonus balance, Hercules is going to be seeing a nerf here. Strength of Pain, we're going to be decreasing the base physical power from 5+1 per level down to 2+1 per level.
That's right. You get out of here, you stupid Herc supports. Yeah.
So this really targets his like early, especially like 1 to 5, where he's really threatening. If you get plucked by him, if you get pushed by him, if you just try a basic attack trade with him, you're going to lose to the Hercules. Taking some of the base amount of power off this will just make it so that when you fight him in those early stages,
passive has always been so strong.
It's not the immediate death sentence that might be currently right now. Still strong, not as strong.
That's good.
All right, well that wraps it up for bonus balance headed you guys' way next week.
No
We've got some awesome skins headed your way next week as well. So let's go ahead and talk about
that's
them.
going to be in like
First up, we've got an all-new chest headed your way called the Aquatic Revenge chest, and the skin that's going to be featured in that chest is Fenrir. And this is definitely a new take. He is the king of the deep. And as we get card art coming up here in just a second, you guys will see what I'm talking about. What do you guys think about the shark?
I was expecting something way more cute for Fenrir.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's not nearly as cute as I thought it was going to be. I agree.
I'm a big fan of this one. I remember seeing the concepts for this one a very long time ago, and I was very excited to see this one come into the game. And looking at the card art, it looks exceptional.
Yeah, and the metal jaw is just too cool.
I know. We'll be able to see some of the details as we go in game and see the turnaround here. Get a little bit of a closer look at the model, and I'm definitely loving all the different details.
Big
that
old
metal jaw
noggin.
is crazy.
That's a big noggin.
The maw, just the teeth and everything.
Oh man, when he goes in his ulti
I'm really
form,
glad sharks can't actually walk on
and
land.
He bites you gotta feel it. That's a big head there.
Terrifying.
Yes,
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Fenrir.
From the dark gates to the battlefield, I'm an apex predator.
Yeah, he is definitely terrifying. Headed you guys' way next week in the Aquatic Revenge chest. Next up, we've got Funpocalypse.g coming to the Funpocalypse chest. And this is a fun theme that we've been doing for a long time.
The Funpocalypse skins can be real creepy.
Actually, the first assassin and the first goddess to get a skin in this theme. So this is definitely one of my favorites. And as we get ready to get the card art showing up, Clumsy, what do you think about this one?
Well, it could be creepy.
I'm drawn to that helmet, right? With like the eyelashes and
it's
the
not
leafing
for,
mascara. That's
know.
super cool. The claws, oof.
Man,
I know, right?
the world where this background is spooky.
I know, right? You got like, first of all, you got like Hachiman and all those hunters, and then you've got this crazy assassin. I don't know whether this is cute or terrifying. It's so creepy.
It's a little bit of both, right? And that's kind of the sweet spot.
Yep.
I know, right?
Right,
She's definitely
we know
ready
what your
to
sweet
bring the
spot
madness.
is. I
Let's
don't
go
need
ahead
to
and
hear
take a
about
listen
your
to the
whole
voice
tail
pack
thing.
for Funpocalypse.
All right.
Nothing a few notches of mayhem can't fix.
Definitely ready for the mayhem and the madness. This is definitely going to be one of my favorites come next week. But we've got the Odyssey Reckoning going on, our premier end of the year event with an awesome tier 5 at the very end of it. We've got some awesome skins that we're coming out with next week in the event as well. And we'll start it off with Oni Guardian Ares. And I'm definitely loving the aesthetic on this one. You got the Japanese vibes and the card art. Juan, what do you think?
Okay, I'm digging the card art.
I remember seeing this in
digging
like,
it a
I was
lot.
like, oh my god, this is too cool.
Wait, is he like?
This is like I think
is he like a mech underneath there? Look at his eye. It looks like he has like one cyborg laser eye.
Dude, this is super dope. I'm loving like the demon / yokai Japanese vibes, and as we see the turnaround here, all the details on the armor. Loving the
That's pretty good.
This one looks fantastic.
That's pretty good. He's a demon. Okay. That's pretty good. I like it.
He only needs one eye on his head.
I do like
he's got
it.
2 eyes on the shield. Definitely ready to come at you. And let's go.
Wow, he does have baby feet. Holy cow! Look at that. You're
Temple
right.
edict dictates that my sword fights for the highest bidder.
Let's take that gold.
He's gonna topple over at any moment.
There we go. He is definitely ready to carry out the mission, get that gold, and he's going to be terrorizing the duo lane. I can't wait to see that one in action.
Okay.
Next up, we've got Raxolotl Ratatosker. So if you guys remember, we actually did a community vote because we wanted you guys' opinion on what cute animal we wanted to turn Ratatosker in. Axolotl won. Otter was a close second, I have to say.
What won?
But I'm super excited for Raxolotl Ratatosker. Definitely the community
I don't understand the word
came
he's
up
saying.
and was ready for this one. And
I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh.
Is that
a Pokemon?
Yeah,
Why is
Kuzma.
Kuzma
Oh my god, the
jerk?
Nitty
Don't
Cat.
attack that.
The Nitty Cat looks vicious.
Axolotl? It's a
Right?
real
Why don't you
animal?
get a skin,
I've never heard of
This is
such a
exactly
thing.
why.
It looks like a
And we will
legit
definitely see
Pokemon.
this cuteness relayed as we
It's
see
a
the
it's a
in-game
salamander.
turnaround to get
It's like a
closer look
baby
at the
fish
model as well.
salamander.
But I'm super happy. I know a lot of the team was super happy about the Axolotl taking the
Honestly?
dub here. And this one turned out awesome. I'm loving the pink. And
It's kinda
Axolotl is
creeping
super
me
cute, and
out,
we finally
man.
have one in Smite. It's awesome.
I wonder what his tail
go.
colors and acorn will like be.
I don't know if I find it
that's
cute. I
definitely
think I
something to
actually
call
find it
out for all the
creepy.
new Ratatosker skins. Let's go ahead and take a
I
listen
don't
to the
know.
voice pack for Raxolotl Ratatosker.
I can feel a great sense of adventure.
Is it the eyes? Is it the eyes that I don't
Definitely
trust?
ready for the adventure on the battleground. I'm looking forward to
I
this
don't
one.
know.
Yeah.
All right, last up.
It's a
for all the
cool
skins
skin.
headed
I think I
you
find it
guys' way
creepier than I
next
find
week.
it cute.
We've got Fallen Star Soul coming to the Odyssey Reckoning event. And this one is a little bit on the spookier, scary side, but it's got some high fantasy elements as well. And I love the dark takes and like this dark sorcerer kind of skin themes that we've got going on. What do you
That's
guys
a cool
think?
card art.
I haven't actually seen
That's
this one,
cool.
so I really like the theme shift for Soul here. I don't know if we have anyone that's kind of like vicious like this. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's
we have like
definitely a
kind
new
of like
take on
shadow.
it.
The card art's like always good.
But,
man.
like, not
Whoever
really
does their
this
card
type.
art, they need to
Yeah.
give them a
I know.
raise. Even for skins that
This
end
one
up
definitely
sucking
looks
in
awesome. I'm
game,
loving
the card
shoulder
art's
pads and
always
the
cool.
hood. And as we
Every
go
time.
in game and take a look at
You
the
know?
model, I'm sure we'll see some more details on that. But
That one's
I was
also
about to say,
cool
I
in
know the
game, though.
effects are gonna be awesome.
That's pretty good.
Well, that
That's
material's
my
so
favorite
cool.
one
It's
of this
like kinda
patch
like
so
faded
far. Let me
gray
tell you,
into the
that was a
purple.
cool
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
little
that's really
face
dope.
theme right
It's just
there.
a subtle hint of the color to kind of give off the dark vibes. I'm digging it. Let's go ahead and take a listen to
And
the
she's
voice pack for
twitching,
Fallen
dude. Look
Star
at her.
Soul.
She's twitching like me. Holy.
I foresee the battle and their end, our victory.
It's kind of a smart voice back, but it don't matter. I don't care about the
Nice.
voice back. I just care about
All
what she
right,
looks
well,
like.
that
Looks
wraps
cool.
it up for everything that's headed you guys' way next week. The bonus update, I believe, is October 20th. Don't hold me to that. Next Tuesday is when that's targeted for.
October
But
20th?
we're going to get started
21st?
talking about the 7.11
The
update
21st?
in just a second. But we've got some community
No,
news we
20th.
want to break down for
He
you
was right.
guys. First up, I got to remind you guys about the Prime Gaming deal that's going on right now.
Prime
If you're watching on Twitch,
Gaming.
click that crown in the top right. Claim your code.
Did you know if you
Eater
have Twitch
Bakasura
Prime, you
skin
get a free
just by
skin?
linking
That's
your
right,
Prime
folks.
account
A
to your
free
hi-rez
skin.
account
Look at that Baga
and
skin.
claiming your
And a
loot
free
on
Rogue
the
Company
page
skin.
there.
And you can
The
sub to
skin is
Incon
exclusive to
every
this Prime
month
deal, so if you miss it, it's gone for a little bit. So you definitely do not want to miss out on this one. This one's looking awesome. And I know this is one of Pon's favorite new skins, right?
Yeah, definitely. Any Bakasura skin, I'm gonna play.
That Baga skin, by the way, is really cool. It's just really
Oh,
hard
man,
to
I don't
see
wanna see you on
Bagas
the battlefield
eat
playing
and
Baga,
that
especially
skin.
with
It's
this
really
skin.
awkward.
Jeez.
I know, right? All right, next up, if you guys missed it, we announced our
But the skin's
first
sick.
ever Golden Bolts Awards. This is an award ceremony that's going to be happening the week of SWC that is dedicated to you guys, the community. So if you head over to goldenbolts.smitegame.com, you guys can nominate your favorite content creators, pro players, community members that you feel like have just killed it in the Smite community and deserve some recognition. Nominations close in a couple days, so you definitely
Not even
don't
gonna
want to
say
miss out
anything.
there. And
I'm
we'll
not
be
even gonna
having more
self-promote.
information on social media for how
Vote
the
for
voting
whoever
process
you
is gonna
want.
work next week. Next
How
up,
about that?
we've got The Reaping, the season of tricks and
Vote
treats.
for
is
whoever your
upon us.
favorite
It
is.
coming your way quick as we get ready for Halloween.
Ooh.
And this is our yearly kind of spooky event. We're gonna have lots of information headed on to
The
you guys' way on
Reaping.
SmiteGame.com.
That's kinda fun.
In a couple days, lots of in-game
Who's
events.
Incon? No
Of course,
idea. Some
you can maybe
rando
earn
dude.
some free gems, maybe some free chests, plus a lot of bonus battle pass XP and stuff. So be on the lookout for that.
Incon's so humble. I'm voting for him. It's like the it's like the Monty Python dude.
Our official Discord.
I'm not the Messiah. He's so humble. He must be the Messiah.
Find some new friends, find some new teammates to play with. Head over to discord.gg/smite game to join that. You've got a Smite-tober event that's happening right now. Cosplay, fan art, some top plays. It's a contest running. You guys actually can win some free gems. So if you head over to the Discord and hang out with us, you guys can find out more info on that. And last but not least, for community news, we are nearing the end of the SPL season. We've got SPL cranking this weekend, as always, so you guys definitely do not want to miss out on the games.
World is still in January, right? Like, I'm not crazy. If I recall correctly, the Paladins Worlds is December, and then Smite World is January.
Of a bunch of games, and you guys definitely don't want to miss out as we get closer to the World Championships.
I think I'm right.
What do you guys think? Who are you guys thinking are going to take some of these matches?
Space Station Gaming, say it.
I mean, we've actually seen some pretty decent upsets. I don't know.
I know, right? It's like the league is up in the air. Everybody's popping off. You love to see it. It's
not up in the air.
But
I'm not even close. I don't have to predict it.
I know, right? You're not even worried. Hindu's writing the script anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But let's go ahead and start talking about the 7.11 update. And we're going to start off with the balance that's coming your way, but I do have just a couple of notes about the next two updates as we get towards the end of the year.
Give me some notes, Isaiah.
7.11 update and 7.12 update, they're going to be extended updates. So normally our updates last around 4 weeks. As we get closer to the holidays and people taking time off, these updates are going to be 6 weeks long. So as we get closer to, you know, World Championships, you guys will have a little bit more time to play around with all the changes, have a little bit more time.
This happens every year. This is standard.
But I also do want to note that there will not be any bonus updates for these updates as well, just because we've got some restrictions with some of our partners with console certification. Everybody's taking time to hang out for the holidays, so we definitely want to abide by those guidelines. But let's go ahead and hop right into Balance, Spawn, and Clumsy.
This happens every year.
Let's start off with items.
It's just
for
around Christmas and the holidays, and especially this year with COVID.
It's got some balance implications. Upgraded shell.
It's just standard.
Block stacks from this item are no longer going to stack from multiple fires of the relic.
Ooh.
Correct. So this was something that we saw people do where they would buy multiple shells and then popping them in unison, and then you get multiple stacks of block, more than just the two that the upgrade would give you.
Nice.
After looking at it and seeing like how things interact and how other relics interact, we felt like it made more sense and felt more intuitive for you to just refresh up to 2 stacks rather than get 4 stacks.
I love
So this
that.
is a fix. It is technically a nerf to that strategy.
Yeah,
but if you're building only one shell on your team, or you actually space them out after people get their block stacks reduced, you won't really notice a change.
Love that.
Cool. All right.
Screw everybody in their 8 shell strategies.
Next up is Guardian's Blessing. We're going to be doing a buff here, increasing the magical and physical protections from 5 up to 10.
Nice.
Yeah, just a little bit of help to the supports. I mean, obviously for the early game, Julian's been pretty lethal, and we've seen a little bit of starter stats increases for a couple of the other ones. We wanted to make sure Guardian's Blessing felt sufficiently rewarded.
Good for you, support.
Last up for items, Staff of Mirrodin getting a buff here. We're doing a cost reduction. It's going to come down from 3,000 down to 2,800.
Oh, that's a little spicy.
This item had a lot of spooky applications when people first tried to figure it out. But I think people realized the cost and the power made it a little bit too prohibitive.
Yeah.
And we agree that that actually ended up making it too prohibitive to really build. So we're just reducing the cost. We're going to let people have more freedom to explore this kind of really unique item without so much of a cost penalty.
That might open it up a little bit,
Let's talk about gods, and we'll start off with a god that I don't think I've ever said her name on this show before.
Oh,
Let's talk about Nox, guys.
All right,
we're going to be doing a buff for Nox here.
Ooh,
and Shadow
Nox
Lock,
buff.
this ability is now going to deal pass-through damage to minions when it sits fire. And who wants to take this one? This is a big one.
Fun, go ahead. I just wanted to, I just wanted to
now
preface it by
able
saying,
to hit
I know how much
multiple targets.
The community. I as a mid and mage lane player have been wanting a change legs for a long time, but Pon, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so Nox is definitely a point of discussion.
She is a point of discussion.
Low-key, but not quite there, where people have like very strong feelings about her kit. One thing that we did notice that, especially in Conquest, her viability is very limited, which she feels okay in other modes, and largely that's due to her ability to clear. Shadowlock, the pass-through, just kind of felt like it should do damage, it should do something.
Okay.
It didn't feel great that It just didn't do anything on passing through. So we're adding pass-through damage largely to help her in Conquest. We did some iteration on these numbers. This is really there just to supplement her clear, not allow her to use this ability to solo clear and save her 2 for silence and defense. But this should help her out a ton. And it's one of the things that a lot of Nox mains have really been requesting for some time. One small note is now this ability does AoE damage. It used to only be single target hitting the god. So it used to have 100%
are they gonna let us hit multiple people with it? Or are they just gonna...
It has now been changed to 33%.
Or is it just in reference to the one for the clear?
So also a small sustain nerf technically, but also if you're hitting multiple minions, you're getting more lifesteal. So it kind of like balances out.
Are we just referring this to the minions?
Based off really popular community suggestions.
Yep, most definitely. I'm definitely curious to see how this one shakes
out. If that's
we'll
it, then we're fine. Doesn't matter.
Let's go ahead and start talking about some Guardians.
All right, we're fine.
Here.
We're good.
Athena
it was just minions
first, and we're making a buff to Athena. Her final basic attack of her hit chain is now
Nox
going
mains.
to cleave. And this is exciting. I know the Olympians specifically have been asking about this.
You never know if they're going to scroll down.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about for things that communities have suggested. We've always been wanting to find, adequate ways of bringing Athena back into relevance a little bit. We've touched on her ulti and the damage mitigation there, I think, back and forth. And we wanted to find another point that would be something interesting. Just
she
like the Nox change,
maybe this is around in like a circle with a
but
spear.
Some of the community suggested was maybe
and it was a single target auto.
Attack, so
it was the weirdest animation.
All right, next up we've
for
got
it to
Bacchus,
not be
and I believe
AoE.
This is actually another Olympian suggestion. We're going to be making a change to Chug. Chug is now going to provide Bacchus with a buff of magical power per rank, and we're actually decreasing the mana cost on the ability as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Chug just felt like it didn't feel very great to rank up in a lot of ways. You were getting some extra protections, but you were also
only
increasing
35
your mana cost,
magical
and the protections
power
didn't feel that great to rank
at
up. So we
max
just wanted to
rank.
give you a little bit
To be
more
fair,
reward for
Bacchus is
actually
also
ranking
one
this
of
up,
the worst
a little
guardians
bit
in the
more
game
help
right
to
now.
late game Bacchus. So you now get a little bit of power in addition to the protections that you would normally get, and you're not going to feel like you're penalizing your mana pool by ranking this ability up.
Oh wait, per rank, no 1, 2, yeah.
All right, moving right along. Bologna is up next.
Just 35 power.
We're going to be doing some.
I thought for
mana
just a second it was going to be
buffs
stacking.
to shield
just
dash and Scourge, decreasing the mana cost on both those abilities.
Yeah, so Bologna's always a tricky one because if she ever gets too strong, she starts dominating soul lane pretty
Decrease
heavily.
mana cost.
She's got a lot of obviously different things that she can do, and because of that, because we want to encourage her stance swapping or swapping her weapon so continuously, we want to bring down the mana cost, make it a little bit less restrictive to do that kind of a gameplay.
It's not a.
All right, next up we've got Chalk Money.
Congrats,
yep,
Bologna players.
Shield Bash and Scourge for
Oh,
Bologna. Yes.
there you go.
Next up, let's talk about
You just
Chalk.
saved 25 mana.
Doing a buff for Chalk here. Torrent, we're going to be increasing the protection buff duration, and hitting a god with Torrent now provides 2 protection buff stacks.
Whoa.
Yeah, so Chalk Torrent, the more
this
targets you
is
hit,
actually a big deal.
It's actually quite a bit of protections, but late game when you're doing just team fighting phase where there's not really minions around for you to hit, not only did it last not really long, so you didn't get to benefit from the protections for too long, but it was also very difficult to actually get stacks, so you have to actually dash through and multiple.
This is actually a big deal.
Now when you use hit a single or just 2 targets, you're going to get many more stacks to that, and you're going to feel way tankier in the late game team fight. So you can definitely get in and mixed up with the opponents pretty effectively.
I like that. I like that.
All right, next up for balance, we're doing a shift for Daji.
That's nice
and,
for him.
I'll kind of break this down and then let you guys take it away. 1,000 cuts, we're going to be adjusting the damage from 15 to 115, and it's going to be 25 to 105 at max rank. And then we're also going to be increasing the physical power scaling from 30% to 35% per hit. 15 to 115.
Yeah, Paul, I'm going to let you take this one again because I know you know this one.
So more damage early.
Yeah, so 1,000 cuts felt a little bit weird as a Daji jungle. Your first rank of it didn't feel like it really cleared that effectively. And then your second rank suddenly spiked your ability to clear very, very heavily.
So more game early game on the 2, less damage late game on it, but increased scaling to make up for it.
Consistent with what we normally do for abilities.
So you realistically more late game damage.
Ranking up to rank 2 is just going to feel like you've made the ability better, not significantly better. But because of the number shift, we had to change numbers around to make sure her late game didn't get too crazy. So her top end base damage is reduced, but we gave her some scaling to make up for it. So TLDR the change. Early game is just stronger.
That actually will help her clear
she
probably out a lot.
About the same place she used.
That's like a significant buff to her early game clear.
Cool. All right, next up we've got Isis. Wing Gust going to be getting a buff here. We're going to be increasing the magical power scaling from 35% to 40%.
So this is obviously we did a lot of changes to Isis and several other gods
in that
season patch. And because of that, everyone reacted pretty heavily, and rightfully so. She was seeing a lot of play. But one by one, slowly, we're trying to find that mid spot. So we're not really
it's
doing
20% scaling.
We're reverting one of the nerfs that we did in the previous
times
patch.
4.
Just trying to find where we can bring her back to relevancy.
So from,
being her too high or
140
too
to
low.
160 scaling.
All right, up next, Jormungand, as we start talking about some Guardians here. Submerge, we're going to be increasing the knock-up height and decreasing the cooldown. So pretty big buff.
I'll give her a shot. It'll help her.
Yeah, so for Jormungandr, he has had a very interesting history of like his support nature not being that high, but his soling being very high when he's very good in the soling.
It's a longer knock-up now.
So we've been adjusting him over the course of basically since his release. Here we actually wanted to focus on making his support and utility better. So his Submerge, rather than increasing damage on anything that he has, is going to knock you up higher. So therefore you're basically CC for longer, as well as he has a reduced cooldown on this so he can do it more frequently. Just gives him more control and more contribution to team fighting directly, as opposed to necessarily like wave clear or like
I don't see a ton of Jorm anymore, so I don't super mind this.
All right. Another god that
it's
I
also
feel
a
like
very
I haven't said her name in a long
change.
time. Medusa up next. We're going to be doing a buff for Medusa.
Really? That could have gone either way for me.
Base damage increased from 90 to 270, and that's going to go
help her finally clear late game. Is it finally going to kill the archers?
Medusa, we touched her Viper shot somewhat recently, and that really helped her out. But unfortunately, after the initial hype, she wasn't really played as much.
I genuinely think Medusa's really good right
she's
now.
Really cool, and we think one of the places we can touch is the Acid Race base damage more towards the end of the ranks, right? So her early game is still pretty decent, but it starts falling off once you start getting into ranks 4 and 5. This should help that a little bit.
Cool.
I hope it full clears the archers now. That would actually be really
convenient. Is going to see its cooldown decreased from 100 seconds to 90 seconds at all ranks.
Yeah, I think during her initial release, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Clumsy, on this, but like the ultimate is a big giant team fight thing. It can root a whole bunch of people, knock up a whole bunch of people.
So a little bit less cooldown, Mulan. I don't mind Mulan,
so we put it at 100 seconds because
she doesn't get played like at all. The only time she gets played is support.
But people have learned the counter plays, that she is rooted. She has to hit a target
drops
first.
off so hard.
People have really learned how to play around this ability effectively. So it feels like it's just more on par with the standard level of ultimate. So 90 seconds makes more sense than something like 100 seconds.
Yep, exactly. And one other note on that is because the LT allows you to get experience on each of the other abilities, having a lower cooldown means that you can actually rank those passes if you're using the ultimate off cooldown, really. Because if you're waiting and delaying, then you're not going to really get a change on that.
Cool. All right. Next up, we've got Neith. Seeing a buff to backflip again. We're going to be decreasing the mana cost on backflip from 70 to 110. And that's going to go down to 60 to 80. So that's a pretty significant mana cost decrease, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty significant mana cost decrease, but at the same time, if you look at just in a vacuum, it seems pretty normal. 70 to 110
Those are really high.
It's just some numbers that are a little bit archaic at this point,
What the? I'm about to say, I didn't realize that's like a really big mana cost.
If not a full, but maybe a partial revert of a past change that we did. Gungnir's Might, we're going to be increasing the pulse damage per hit.
Oh, yeah, Gungnir's Might definitely contribute a lot to his damage.
They keep just toning Odin back up every patch. Just a little bit more.
And we did a lot of nerfs to him after that rework. This is just kind of reverting one of those changes. You do have to be around a target. You do have to pulse it multiple times. We feel like he can safely get this damage back now that people have really learned to play with the new rework.
They're buffing it a little bit.
All right, you guys.
I don't know if it changes like your build order or anything.
Yeah.
Standing Stones. Terra now gains cleave basic attacks on her entire hit chain while this passive ability is active. And I believe we're going to go in game very quickly and show it off, but I'll let you guys take it away and talk to me about the change.
Yeah, so if you thought they didn't want to spicy, this one's definitely there. Terra's been really interesting as a support.
Terra is so good, except for her early game.
Casual players don't really. It's really hard to clear effectively, especially in the early game. Now, if you utilize the Standing Stone's passive, you can keep that up. You can keep the 3 healing your allies while using your auto attacks.
You grab your 2 at level 1, it gives you AoE autos, dude.
A lot more
That's
flexibility in both of the lanes.
There it is.
Yeah, definitely just a nice strong buff to help out her early game clear, letting her actually get more use out of like the level 1 abilities. Often when you're just level 1, you feel like you don't really have that many great options that you have to like actually help your lane clear.
Huge.
Now you actually have this AoE punch, which also applies the slow and the bonus damage. So
Yeah.
Definitely something spicy for Terra. Really, this is
you're gonna get your 2. You're gonna like throw it out by the archers or something, and then you're just gonna punch the melee creeps until they're dead, and then you can pop your 2
Once you
again.
get to team fights and stuff, I can't imagine this being a massive, buff to her. So
no,
it's, really
not gonna be real. It's literally the perfect early game buff.
Gonna help her significantly in the late.
Terra is an insanely good team fight support that just got crushed in the late game.
Next, going to be getting a buff to Earthshaker. We're going to be increasing the damage at close range from 60% to 75% of the max damage.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so for this one,
that's
Vulcan,
a big buff.
Melee range use of it is often something that you want to do because your team is kind of set up the fight there. You can't always go for the super long range hits. But the 60% or the 40% penalty on it often felt very punishing. You couldn't really contribute as much as you want to. Vulcan is a mid-range we've seen some mixed success with, but we want to give him this
only
25%
instead of 40%.
That's
huge.
Around his team and being rewarded for still being close to a fight. Even if he does want to do those max range swag fire giant pentakill steals.
For sure. All right, next up, Shibalanke.
It's a big
Rising
buff.
Jaguar are going to be seeing a buff here, and we're going to be increasing the physical power scaling by 20%.
Yeah, so Shibalanke, we did a lot of changes to the branching bola, trying to help out his early game, and I think we successfully did that with the meta cost, with the damage changes. We wanted to find something else for him because with the latest set of nerfs, he's gotten down a little bit further than we'd like. So Rising Jaguar is a place we fell on. Back in the old days, if you remember, there used to be a great combination between Poison Darts and Rising Jaguar. It still exists. You still gain bonus damage, but that scaling just is generally really low. 30% even with
at the end of the day, it is a getaway skill.
So this should help out a little bit and bring him back into the late game.
So I guess if you're using it to catch up to somebody and chase, it's nice. But if you're using it for the getaway, it's not relevant. So I don't think it's going to affect really Shibalanke at all.
Here, and what a fitting way to kind of sign off here on balance.
Oh,
Book of Demons, we're going to be increasing the base damage.
Wow.
And then Recall Demons, we're going to be increasing the magical power scaling.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So Zhang Kui has largely kind of fallen out of relevance.
Wow.
He kind of like goes in and out of being relevant based off like often how we give out.
Those are some nice buffs.
This is more focused on actually making him a bit more of a kind of damage bruiser if you want to go that route versus just
Warlock Sash is kind of in the meta right now.
Base damage on its own. Book of Demons is going to be something that you rank up really only once in the early game. And so boosting that early game damage is going to help him be a little bit more lethal when he chooses to box and be more aggressive. While the Recall Demon scaling change is going to be the thing that when you build damage, this is your reward for building damage and not being so tanky.
Those are big buffs.
Just to give him a little bit more flexibility in his build.
That's like a big ulti damage buff.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up for all the balance that's coming out in the TMNT update. And it is almost turtle time, guys, I promise. But we have a couple more skins that are coming out that we want to highlight before we deep dive into the Battle Pass.
Before we get into the skins,
the Odyssey Reckoning, the update that's coming up in November 3rd. And we'll start it off with Paintballer Jingwei. And this one, I definitely got a sneak peek at the card art earlier. And this one,
let's go.
What do you think?
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Like for some of these gods, we get a sneak preview early. We see the concepts. I've not seen this. I love the vibrancy. I love the color palette.
The paintballers wear headsets.
I mean, which makes sense because of how like
and no face masks.
Cool. And all right, Jingwei fan. Ajax said
this what paintballers wear?
Super important. We do have the default voice actors for Jingwei. AJ said you have to tell people just because I know it's a big deal. So let's go ahead and take a look at the. We've got the turnaround here for the model, and definitely loving the yellow and pink vibes.
Me and Jingwei played paintball very differently.
She's definitely been in the heat of
very
battle.
differently.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Paintballer Jingwei.
I'm ready to get those wins.
She is definitely ready to get the dubs, and I'm super excited.
I don't know.
Next
that skin doesn't do it for me, I gotta say.
And this one is I actually got a chance to get a sneak peek at earlier, and this one's kind of in the theme of our Shadow Forest,
not my type of skin.
Shadow Spirit skins. And as we take a look at the card art here, you guys will definitely see the. What do you think?
That's creepy.
I was not expecting something so cute looking. That's so adorable.
Know, right?
Is it adorable?
A little creepy, but mostly adorable.
See, that's the thing with these skins.
Like
you don't know whether you want to run up and hug it or just stay away because it can kill you.
I think that's pretty
Its
awesome.
face is pretty freaking freaky.
Yeah,
it has like no
the
facial
details
features.
with
It's
the
got
rose
eyes.
and,
It
some
doesn't
of
have a nose or mouth.
shining glowy effects, and I'm sure we'll see some of that as we take a look at the model turnaround here that we're getting ready to go into.
I refuse to call it cute. No, that's creepy. It's not cute at all.
I love the ethereal.
I love how different that feels.
I know, right? It's awesome.
That's like 50% of the latest Hill House season in this skin.
Yeah, this one's definitely killer. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Shadow Howler Hunbats.
Spirits, these trespassers will be quelled in your name.
Oh my god, what did that sound like?
Definitely.
Oh my god, that sounded just like a video game that I played when I grew up.
I don't want to give this guy a high five or a hug or anything. All right, last up before we hop into the TMNT
you were like a little robot cop thing.
The next skin and the final skin.
And when you played against the computer, it's exactly what the computer sounded like. Oh my god, what was that game called?
It's
not called RoboCop.
Is it
called
awesome.
RoboCop?
She's got like the royal vibe, but a little bit more.
Holy cow, I had a flashback though. I don't think it was called RoboCop.
Take a look at the Tusky. What do you think, Pon?
I gotta find it now.
Oh my gosh, Tusky. He's so cute. Look at him in the armor in the spectral like form.
My brother's gonna find it. I just had a flashback. Holy.
Oh yeah, this one is definitely so good. So yeah, for sure. And if you guys are watching right now, you're earning viewer points, but also we kicked off our partner program trial. We've got viewer points on all of our SMITE partner members channels right now.
Future Cop.
So if you're hanging out and you want to watch anybody that's in the SMITE partner program,
there you go.
Earning viewer points as well.
It sounded just like the bot in Future Cop
in the viewer store. So let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Valiant Huntress.
Wow, that's crazy.
Artemis.
I've had legit like a 7-year-old self-flashback.
Prepare for battle. This will be a long and cold night.
This will be a long and cold night.
That is Valiant Huntress Artemis.
All right, Artemis, you got so many skins at this point. I don't even.
Store when the TMNT update goes live. Well, speaking of TMNT, it's turtle time. It's time for the turtle fight. Hey. We'll be right back on the other side of this break to go over the TMNT Battle Pass.
It's a little too long.
COWABUNGA!
Ninja Turtles gonna mute my YouTube video. Gonna mute the YouTube video. Not gonna get any AdSense. Those ads.
Taught them to be ninja teens.
He's a radical rat.
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool but rude.
Give me a break.
Michelangelo is a party dude.
Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtle power. My only concern with these skins.
Welcome back, everybody. I lost the hat. Got a headband because you know what time it is. I gotta rep my boy Donnie for the TMNT
that was pretty funny.
I'm super stoked.
That was pretty funny.
Grabbed your drinks.
That was pretty clever.
Pizza. It is time to deep dive into this awesome new battle pass that we've got headed your way. And here to break things down
my only concern with these skins is being able to distinguish them in game. That's my only concern.
TMNT fan and stan, Mel from the animation team. How you doing, man?
Yo, how you doing, Mel?
What's good? What's good? Can
you ready to talk about the turtles? Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Word. Yo, I'm
let's get
more than ready. Let's do it.
I know, right? Let's
this
get
guy
right
is
into
pumped.
it.
I don't think we've ever had this guy on screen before. He's excited.
The battle pass is our battle pass is our kind of patch event update that we have that comes out. You guys will be able to purchase this. It's got a free track and a premium track that you can purchase with gems. And as you play the game, you'll be able to earn battle points to unlock all sorts of cool rewards. We've got turtle skins, lots of different profile cosmetics that you guys will be able to earn. The premium track is going to be 750 gems that unlocks Leonardo Osiris instantly.
Is that cheaper than the Avatar one?
Osiris, let's go ahead and get right into it as we start kicking off this.
No, it's the same price, right? Because they're normally 600, but when they do crossover events, it's 750, right? I think that's how it works.
Turtle before we get
right? Normally 6, but when they do like partner events, it's 750.
Yeah. Ever since I was a little Mel, it was Donatello.
A little Mel.
All right. Well, my brother was definitely a Leo stan. So let's go ahead and take a look at this model. And as we get into it, let's talk about kind of how we went about the turtle pairings here. And Mel, I know you.
I think they did a good job on the turtle pairings. Actually,
we really wanted to kind of get really close with the fighting styles of the turtle.
They did it good.
And that's how we kind of decided on what god got what turtle skin. So of course, Osiris, our resident quick attack dual wielder, and this one's looking super slick. Yep. Before we head in game, let's take a listen to the voice pack for Leonardo Osiris.
I await with bated breath.
The name's Leo. I've got 3 rowdy brothers who always give me a hard time, but I keep them in line. Usually.
I
honestly don't remember what the turtles are supposed to sound like, so I can't tell if it's good or not.
I'm ready to get right into it. So as we get ready to go in game,
I'm just gonna be honest.
Our resident driver here is definitely going to be.
It's been such a long time since I've seen anything turtle.
We took a break from Odin, and as we look at the hit chance, look at your boy.
I don't know.
Look at your boy go. Mel,
look,
those are some good autos. Actually, those are sick.
So. Definitely had a lot of fun trying to get
Ooh, even the tether looks cool actually.
Right, so we were trying to figure out how are we going to solve the whole Osiris using the spirit magic thing, you know, and blend it in with the ninjutsu style that we got going on with the turtles. And we were just like, yo, Leonardo is
regardless of the skin itself, the effects are like the coolest Osiris effects.
Let's just keep it magical. You know? Let's just keep it kind of spiritual. So we definitely went with that with our boy here.
Dude, our boy talking has got some mad Ninja Turtle vibes himself.
Passive. Nice.
There was a lot of back and forth. Like, how are we going to show off the passive for Osiris and tie it in?
He's giving me some COWABUNGA vibes,
we were just like, yo, let's make it look like he's got mutagen just coursing through his body.
Mutagen coursing through his body.
So dope. All right, Pon, can I get a max range Osiris ult, please?
Oh, yeah,
just
they buffed the range.
The full finesse of what's going on.
Oh my god, wow, you can ult a long way nowadays.
No,
there we go. So sick, man.
That's
so dope.
The items are clean.
Oh man.
Yo, we had big fans all over throughout every discipline. You know what I'm saying? Working on these guys, trying to get them as true to form as we can, and I think we really.
There's no way these skins will ever be competitive. They're already competitive,
right?
For sure.
Definitely loving this.
You'll never see it.
Like you know, I'm a Donnie stan.
Oh my god, it's a pizza bag.
And animations here. Looking sick. But yeah, definitely Leo Osiris is probably going to be my second as we get on to the next one here.
All right.
It's definitely going to be my favorite.
First skin looks great.
Donatello,
Love it.
Sun Wukong. We got the Donnie stands coming in.
This is the Wukong.
Okay. And I love how we have just the different kind of the small
turtles are
little
jacked.
Touches on all
I don't know if I've ever seen like the turtles in high def, but like
goggles, and as we
if I saw that running at me, I might poo my pants.
Everybody's got, you know,
seriously, look at he's kind of scary.
Team, but they've got the subtle nuances.
He's literally just like Hulk turtle, you know,
from each other, right?
Yeah, for sure. So Donatello's, I mean, aside from him having, you know, a different weapon, different color bandana and stuff like that,
they're kind of fun and cute in cartoon version, but like 4K in my face, like I can see the literal veins bulging on his shoulders.
But he's got something else.
Like, see this? Way cuter. Not scared at all. That little card kind of scary.
It's actually the animation point on because you know he's my boy, so I was like, I'm taking this one. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of love. I put a lot of love. Me and everybody. I wasn't just alone on this, but everybody put a lot of love in this. But I was like on people like, no, it's got to move like this. He's got to do this.
Yeah. Most definitely. Well, before we go in game and show off Donnie, let's take a listen to his voice pack.
It's me, Donnie here. I'm the brains of this operation. I invent gadgets, weapons, and cool vehicles to keep me and my brothers safe.
Yes.
There we go. And I have a feeling we'll see some of those gadgets.
I still don't know what the turtles are supposed to sound like, so I can't. I have no input on if the voices are good or not. I genuinely don't know.
My man Donnie. All right, let's go ahead and start looking at some of these abilities. And as you can see, the basic attack chains, everything's been done up to show off the ninjutsu
I'm not gonna lie, those animations are pretty hype though. On the auto attack.
Or anything fun you want to talk about?
I mean, so Donatello and Sun Wukong have very similar fighting styles. You know, they both have the staff and stuff like that. So we had a mandate to kind of try and keep these characters looking as close as we can to the base god, so there was as little confusion as possible. So the attack chain for Donatello is very, very, very similar, and the ability as well, very similar to Sun Wukong. His in-hand attack chain does have a little bit of an Easter egg. Oh my god, wait,
isn't one of Wukong's forms?
Because we want to throw some of that ninjutsu in there.
It's is he gonna like become a turtle? Is he gonna do like an Erlang transformation? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he literally just gonna go like turtle shell instead of a bull? You know?
The ninja scene.
Is he gonna go full Erlang on this?
It's pretty fun.
For sure. Let's take a look at the 72 transformations here.
Oh, okay. They did the
there. Yeah.
They did like the Jedi version of it, basically.
Staff on point.
Got Tiger.
Yeah. So Donatello changing into animals probably wouldn't have worked too good. So we kind of did.
I don't know turtle lore, so I don't know what that is.
A little bit. But yeah, what's he riding on there? What's that?
Yeah, what is that?
No, right?
I don't know. You might have to do the. Yeah, you might have to do the.
There we go.
I still don't know what that is, but it's kind of funny.
Your boy riding a turtle drone.
There we go.
That's awesome.
It's a mini turtle blimp.
Oh, loving it, man. And I believe he pulls out the drone for the ultimate as well.
Right?
Yep, sure does.
He sure does.
So this was another kind of, we had to be clever about how to present this too. Donatello being kind of techie, we were like, well, how are we gonna have him? Because he goes invisible. How are we gonna do this? So we did this. We had this effect on him to make it kind of look like holograms or like digitization.
It's cool. I admit the first kid is my favorite so far out of the two. I don't think this is bad, but I think it's all right.
Did my boy justice. I'm definitely playing nothing but Sun Wukong for like the next 2 months. So I hope all my friends are ready.
I had to practice. I had to practice with Sun Wukong. I was like, I'm gonna play Donatello. Oh, the recall, we call it the drone too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So all the turtles have, their own custom recall animations and stuff here. He calls the drone to go
recall
back to base.
It's cute.
This one's looking super sick. But it's time to talk about the guy that's cool but rude. He wouldn't say he's rude himself. But let's talk about Raphael Loki. And definitely, he's got the band-aids out because he's been tussling. Got the socks ready to go.
A little bit less scary in the card art.
Mel,
I'm down.
Are you a Raph stan? How do you feel about
a little bit less scary?
I mean, look. Ever since I was a little one, Raph had a kind of like an attitude change between like the cartoon I grew up with and then the movie. And then I instantly fell in love with the kind of bad boy, rough and tumble movie version. And we stayed true to that with this one. Raph is like,
hearing a turtle called a bad boy is a little bit funny to me.
So that's why
it's a little funny.
I love to Raph.
Oh, for sure. All right, well, I believe we've got a turnaround video ready here to kind of show off the model just a little bit before we go in game. And as you can see, he's ready to go. He's got the fighting stance ready. He's got the bounce going on. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Raphael Loki before we go in game.
So hype, yo.
Raphael is cool but rude? Give me a break.
For sure. Call back to the theme song there.
Did you know that was the voice line coming up? Because you queued that up perfectly, Isaiah.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Oh my god.
For sure. And yeah, let's go ahead and I'll take a look at the
they're buffing Loki.
Raphael Loki.
Gets a turtle
I've got a note here. Things are still a little bit work in progress here. We've got an issue with the vanish on Raphael Loki. It's not going to be representative of the final product. So we won't be able to show it off in full glory for you guys, but definitely
I want to see the bug.
As we get towards PTS and the full
That's
release,
right. There it
you
is.
guys will
Thank
be able
you.
to see what it looks like.
He's not in stealth. He's just not in stealth.
I'm not sure if you guys have had a chance to play with Raphael Loki or against him, but do you have any insight on how the stealth is going to look?
Oh my god.
Oh, the agonizing
oh my god, the poor turtle.
Crisp.
Oh my god, somebody save him.
Agonizing vision. I'll get to the stealth in a second, but the agonizing visions, I want to point out that pose where he's like leaning on the ground. That's like
somebody forgot to cut their little plastic bottle thing, And he gets this is what they tell you about.
In the movie. That's where we took
This is why we recycle.
But the stealth is going to look.
Look what you've done.
It's going to look too dissimilar from Loki's stealth, if I recall correctly. So he's just going to go very shadowy.
Material we apply on. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I love the agonizing visions, how instead of the poison dagger, you got the ooze just dripping down. It's just a super nice touch that I'm loving.
That new Loki 3 with this is really awesome.
Yeah, it looks so good on Raph,
well,
dude,
the
'cause it's
damage
just
is
pure
gonna do
fury.
too after it's
Just
buffed.
pure rage.
I know, right? Looking sick.
Nice.
Yeah, this one's super good. Let's take a look at the ultimate once Pawn gets done beating up the shredders.
Oh, and the thing that's dripping on him in the 2
I mean,
is the
I would say that this is
canister.
probably the least changed skin.
Secret of the ooze, man.
I will say that I think the new Loki aesthetics on his abilities are like really cool. So I still think the skin is cool, but like it's not very different.
This one's super dope, and I believe
there's only so much you can do with Loki kit visuals. I agree.
There we go.
Yeah, so about the recalls, 2 of the turtles go into a manhole. So I think it's Leo and Raph go into a manhole, and then Donnie takes off on his drone, and we'll see what Mikey does.
There we go. Yeah. Speaking of Mikey, let's get right into the Michelangelo Mercury here.
Right? Yeah.
Got the skateboard and the headphones.
See,
ready.
he doesn't look scary at all. Look at him. He looks like he'd be my
I was saying
friend.
earlier, all the
looks like
turtles
he's stomping, dude, with his
something that's
with
unique
his
to them,
beats.
just kind
You
of
know,
that
he's
added
having a
flair
good
and
time. Maybe he
separate
hit
them
up
a
the
little bit
gym with
from the
you.
group. So you already know Mikey. He's got the music bumping. He is skateboarding.
He is
doing
pretty
the tricks,
vascular, but he's
and I'm
vascular
super
like a
ready for
party
this
one,
Mel,
like The
what
Rock.
do you think about
You know, like
Michelangelo?
The Rock's vascular.
Mercury?
He doesn't look scary. You know.
Who doesn't like Michelangelo?
Compared to like Stallone and Rambo, where you're like,
he's the heart and soul of the group. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like Michelangelo, I can't trust you as a human being.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh man, super sick. Well, I am
the
ready
Rock
to
parties.
definitely take a look at the model here.
I know
we
he
got a
parties.
turnaround video.
I'll tell you that
to
story
show
later.
off. He's got the new Chaku going, ready to skate off. Let's take a listen to the voice pack for Mikey, and we'll get right into game.
Mikey here. I love video games, skateboarding, pranking my brothers, and pizza.
Pretty much, he likes just about everything that I like. It's super dope.
Yeah, that's his
Who
voice.
doesn't
Cool.
like pizza, right?
According to chat, the voice packs are all
as we
good.
move
So
on into game here, and let's kick it off here. Loving the skateboard, and I believe he has the skateboard utilized in some of his tricks here. But we've got the basic attack chain going.
Okay.
Mel, anything special with using Nunchaku as basic attacks rather than just like normal melees?
All right, so first of all, because I've been slacking on this, the lead on Michelangelo, the lead on Raphael, were animator Matt McCullough. Lead on Leonardo was animator Louis Rapinski, and of course I was Donatello. So like using the nunchucks with Michelangelo, I mean you can't have Michelangelo just have a bunch of people. He's got to use the shots. You know what I'm saying? So it was a no-brainer. So we just had to
Autos are good.
Work our magic to try and make it look as dope as possible. And this one went through a lot of iterations.
That makes sense.
Oh,
I'm with that. That's cool.
It's looking clean. You got the skateboard. You already
That's
know.
cool.
Yeah, the skateboard. We had to use the skateboard, man. The rocket skateboard, and he gets on that and flies. Like that was another thing. We had to figure out how are we gonna translate like the pure speed of Mercury to like Michelangelo, because you know he's a turtle, but he's not a god that can move the speed of light. So we're like, rocket board.
Rocket board.
That's cool. His tube getting popped and him swinging it around faster. Nice. Okay.
I remember when I saw that, I was like, this is genius.
Rocket board.
Can you?
That checks
I don't
out.
want you to slow mo it. I kind of want you to slow mo, but I don't want you to slow mo because sometimes things break. But he like jumps on that board.
That's pretty
and
sick,
just
actually.
lets it take him for a ride.
Yeah, that's so sick. Dude, Pawn is the he's got
Alright, Pawn is doing it.
The commands going.
Look it. Boom.
Nice.
Tell me that joint isn't dope. That was a Brock
is
Barton special right there.
I think it's cool.
Shout out to Brock.
Turned up.
I feel like it feels like they tried to really integrate stuff, you know, compared to Loki, which just kind of felt like Loki still. So
everyone put in so much work for this battle pass, and it definitely
comes
through. I can definitely
this
tell
one
that
and
so
the
many
first one are
fans
my two favorites.
of the show.
So Osiris and
he's got the skateboard. So one thing that we haven't touched on yet is that all the turtles have a VXG, and we definitely want to show that off before we stop talking about the battle pass. So, of course, you can skate on the battleground, but, if you hit that ollie and jump real quick, Pawn.
Oh, God.
Bop.
There we go.
Bop.
You can show your moves off.
Oh, my
God,
God,
right?
They're actually skateboarding around.
Sick. And if you guys notice, we've actually got a set of tricks that are actually randomized for every time that you jump.
Yeah, I remember when people saw the trailer for the first time, they're going crazy for everything, and they're just like, "Yo, we better be able to ride the skateboard." And guess what? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he can.
Definitely. Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater, dude, Smite Edition.
So that wraps it up for the base track.
Forget about Smite cars. We're past it. We're on to Smite skateboards.
Start showing off some of the prestige skins. We want to show off some of the
next adventure. Let's go.
Profile cosmetic items that you guys can get from the battle pass. So I believe we've got the Mouser Ward skin that we want to show off. We've got a jump stamp and global emotes from the Radical chest that we'll be getting into in just a second. But lots of fun callbacks to the show. All the different gadgets and stuff are represented. I believe there's a turtle drone ward. The Mouser Ward is super sick. Mel, what was it like kind of coming up with all of these references for the different
I don't get any of the references.
Cosmetics for it.
I don't know the turts.
On our deepest, darkest childhood.
I don't know.
Not darkest.
I don't know about the
most specially held
turtles.
childhood memories about what we remember, what we liked from the show. You know, like what we liked. We're fans, you know what I'm saying? So like, yo, where can we get as much bang for our buck?
I suppose.
For trying to bring everything that we can to this battle pass for these turtles, and you know, it shows everywhere. Real quick, shout out to rigging crew, specifically Jeff Rains, because we're talking about Michelangelo. Those nunchucks were not a joke to try and rig, and he did magic to get them going. So big ups to the.
You're not a true fan. I would never say that I was.
This one definitely turned out super sick. So you were calling out, you know, the childhood memories and stuff. So of course we had to think about the 1987 show, the premiere of Turtles. And that's kind of how we got the inspiration for the prestige track for all of the turtle skins. As we go into it, we're going to go right back in order. We're going to start with Leonardo.
Is that when the Undertaker threw him off hell into a cage?
On the prestige track. And they've got the animated vibe. This one looks super awesome, and I'm just going to ask production to just go through all of the turtles and the turnarounds as we just kind of talk about turtles for a few minutes. So we got Leonardo up first, and Mel, what's your favorite part of the show and bringing it to life here in Smite?
I wish you guys could see the smile on my face. It is massive.
So these are so these are like a classic.
Well, wait, I missed your question, bro. Say it again.
I was just gonna say, like, what was it like just being a fan of the show and then being able to bring that to life in Smite?
Dude, I waited 33 years to say that I worked on something as professionally important as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are, and I can't tell you how excited I am to bring this to everybody in Smite, man. It was a dream come true. When I first heard
you appreciate
it announced,
that's all that matters.
I was like, "There's no way, this is impossible," and it became a reality, and I'm just like, we try to bring it home.
I remember being in a meeting with you, Mel, I think, when you heard that. You're like, there's no way. Like, we need to do this.
For real.
I know, right? We'll move along to Donatello, Sun Wukong, and I'm definitely loving the vibe. When I think about Turtles, I think of the old arcade game. Me and my buddies going to the pizza buffet, hitting up the arcade and spending like $30 in quarters just to hit the final level, man.
Arcadey version.
I'm glad you brought that up. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for a special little what do you call it? Easter egg that ties that back to the arcade show or the arcade game.
Nice. The thing about Turtles is there's so much.
It feels kind of retro and fun. I don't know.
As we get into Raphael here,
I kind of like
just
these
much
retro
to pull
ones.
from. Everybody, I feel like no matter what generation you're in, you've got a version of Turtles that you reminisce to and think about. So I'm definitely excited for players.
Like I appreciate like the high def new age skins, but I think I kind of like the just like
more
classic
animated vibes
ones.
Because I of course love the 1987.
I mean, variety is always good.
The movies were dope, and then as we
both of them is better than only one of them. Without a doubt.
Series, we were talking about Rise
everybody
of the
can use what they
TMNT
prefer.
Today, Mel. There's just so much turtle goodness. So much turtle goodness.
It's like a very different skin, actually, when you think about it. It's almost like 8 skins in the battle pass. If you get like 4 of them plus the other 4, it's kind of like literally different skins entirely.
About the Radical chest, because we got Splinter and Shredder to show off too. We've got Radical, Michelangelo, Mercury. Always got the pizza on deck. Always got the music playing. The nunchucks. And as you can see in the Carter, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but the Easter egg in the trailer, he's eating the pizza from Chef Vulcan's Pizza, man. So
I mean, why not?
Chef Vulcan's Pizza.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's a great way to tie them all in.
Yes, definitely a crossover. I know we had a ton of work that went into it, but it was also just a ton of fun to work on. So as we start transitioning away from the battle pass and start talking about the radical chest, we've got Splinter Hachiman and Shredder
got
Robin
2 more
in this
skins.
chest. They're also going to be available for direct purchase if you don't want to roll the chest, like usual for all of our new skins. You can either get it in the chest or purchase it for 1,200 gems. But Splinter Hachiman, this one is super fun, and I know the main question is what is he going to ride on in his ult? Well, we're definitely going to show that off here in a little bit, but we got to show the model first and take a look at some of the details from Master Splinter here.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Model day, right? Just like with the other ones, this is clean. I love it.
This was this was the magnum opus of an idea. We were like, who are we gonna put Splinter on? We're like, yo, we have a Japanese god. He's an archer. Splinter's got our ties to the archer. You know what I'm saying? You got the staff. You could hide a sword in the staff. It's gotta be Hachiman. And it just worked perfectly. Look at his feet. Look at his feet. Yo, Hachiman doesn't have feet like that. Look what we did to Hachiman's feet.
So much work. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Splinter Hachiman before we go in game.
I am Splinter, and I will do anything for my sons.
Oh my goodness. Chills.
Do anything, including hop on the battleground of the gods here. And as we show things off, I'll just ask Pawn to start firing off some arrows here and showing off some of the abilities. This one's looking super sick. Oh, nice. He's got kind of like the spiritual energy there for some of the ranged autos.
Yeah. Another direct tie-in from the movie. We're like, how are we going to make this happen? We're like, yo, he's got that scene in the movie where he like visits his son at the campfire and there's like this blue fire and stuff like that. We're like, let's do that.
There we go. I know, right? I'm loving just the callbacks.
Let's do that.
It's super awesome.
This guy's got the lore down. Like real
I'm
down.
ready to see this ultimate. If you guys, I'm ready for it.
Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. You did it.
Is that an honest to God Jeep?
Okay, so I forget who came up with the idea, but it was a genius one. We were like, well, I remember my idea was like, maybe we should put him on a like a turtle motorcycle or something. They were like, nah, hold up, the turtle van. How are we gonna make that work?
The turtle van. Oh,
this is how we
and
did
of course,
an
Easter egg.
Slow-mo.
Who's that in the driver's seat there? We got
who's driving?
Casey Jones, April O'Neil in the turtle van.
Oh my god! I didn't even know that's in there. That's amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, so much work. Oh,
yes, sir. He says, yes, sir.
That's awesome.
So dope.
April driving, Casey just kicking it with his arm out to the side, like take us home, baby.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, that is Splinter Hachiman, and I'm not sure, Mel. Do we got any other like special like any call outs back to the show?
Man, they went crazy on this Ninja Turtle
stuff. Shredder.
I don't think so, man. He was just we just kind of had to fit Splinter on the Hachiman, so. We just everything's in the model and the effects and stuff like that. I don't think there's any special callbacks outside of that.
For sure,
but we did put some work in there.
A custom recall showing off some of the ninjutsu, because he is the master.
I know he can dance. Can you dance? Hachiman can dance. So looking at Splinter dancing is a treat.
Looks like he doesn't have the
classic. No dance.
Right. You guys can test that out in PTS.
Give all right,
let's go ahead and talk about Shredder Robin. This is our last skin in the TMNT Battle Pass / Radical Chest crossover, and this card art is so dope. I gotta give a shout out to Stu
that
Harrington
Robin will be able to
Splinter
keep
and
not lose.
There's the Oh, that's amazing. He's got to hit the go ninja go in the background. But yeah, like I was saying, I got to give a shout out to Stu Harrington for the card art.
No lawyers taking down this Robin skin.
Amazing, and this
you get to keep this one.
Reminds me, the
hashtag
movie
Nickelodeon sponsored, dude.
Came out on top. You got the quadra kill, all the broken weapons on the side, but you got Raph in the background. Maybe. Is that Raph in the trench coat? We'll never know. But as we get ready to take a look at the model here, we'll be able to see just the details in the armor and stuff. Mel, how do you feel about Shredder? You a Shredder fan?
Nah, man.
He said, "Nah,
I gotta roll with the boys, man. I can't get on Shredder's side. Nah, man, Shredder's dope, man. He's the quintessential villain, man. He's just
for sure.
He's just gonna do what he needs to do to get the job done, and
looks fine.
He just looks like a badass. So yeah, everybody likes Shredder, man. Everybody likes a good bad guy.
Let's go ahead. I know, right? Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Shredder Robin, and we'll go in game.
I've molded myself into perfection. Look upon me and no fear.
The voice pack came early this time. Spooked me a little.
He was definitely ready to take out some turtles and some rats if they come across his way. He's got the Foot Clan backing him up.
I was waiting for my 20-second delay.
You know, some of these ninjutsu moves. I'm loving it. This is just like the perfect matchup. When I think of Shredder, I just think of hand-to-hand combat, quick, and this just looks super awesome.
The effects are looking pretty good so far.
Assassin. Got to put him on an assassin.
Yeah.
Right? Ravana's assassin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, it was just a perfect kind of setup, man. You know, Robin already does kind of like karate.
The effects are like
artsy moves,
really cool.
Like really
cool.
Just worked, man.
For sure. I'm loving the effects here too. We've got the blacks and purples. Clean.
Boom. That's a cool.
Look at the shadow.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this skin with these effects.
Yes.
This one turned out great. I can't wait to play with all these skins in game, man. I don't know about you guys. This is super dope.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Big fan.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for a team of 4. The team of the 4 turtles, and then the knockoff turtle, Kuzenbo, all in a team.
The knockoff turtle.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that were kind of upset that Kuzenbo didn't make the team. But hey, guys, it wasn't up to us. Splinter just said his ninjutsu wasn't up to snuff, you know?
Yeah,
so
he tried.
It is what it is.
He tried.
Right. Well, that wraps it up for the TMNT crossover, the Battle Pass, and Radical Chest. Headed you guys' way on November 3rd. But we also want to take a little bit of time, since this is an extended update. We've got another round of skins that we want to show off that are coming your way on the 17th. We got some super exciting things here. We're going to start off with the Odyssey Reckoning. And first on the list is Sunken Sorcerer Poseidon. This is going to be November 17th in the Odyssey Reckoning. And this one, I'm digging the vibes here. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I got no words.
I was talking to Ben, and
the art department at hi-rez must be.
We got to show this one off in game. The Kraken, the best Kraken that we've ever done. So definitely got to take a little bit of time to show it off. So I believe we'll be able to go in and look at the model first and listen to the voice pack. But Pawn, our trusty driver, is going to show it off in game. But this color scheme, I'm definitely digging it. The black, cyan.
It's a cool color scheme. Once again, I agree.
And grays and dark blues. And it looks like he's chilling with Cthulhu for this one, or somebody from the great old ones pantheon. This one is super awesome.
Ooh, that was even more
There's the model turn around there. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize it's not even all the way there.
Cool.
He's kind of just like a shadow spirit with the floating armor pieces. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for this one.
I am the Abyss's true champion.
Wow.
It's true, Warden.
Wow, that was
that's scary. I like that a lot.
A very unique voice pack, actually.
I need to see this Kraken.
I don't think I've heard anything like that.
Let's go ahead and show it off in game. Show off some of the abilities and the effects.
Yeah, that wraithy coloration we were talking about.
Wow, that's a cool effect.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Ooh, that's actually kind of hard to see.
All right, let's see the effect.
These are all actually kind of hard to see.
Killed it. And of course, we got the Kraken.
Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna have to do your magic on. I need to see this guy from the front.
Yeah.
Oh.
In all his glory. Yo, that is sick.
Oh no, it's Evil Capri.
Nope. Yo, he's got the tusk.
Oh God, no, it's not.
He's got the eyes. Oh my goodness.
Oh God. Crazy. What is that thing?
Oh,
I cannot.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that basically Hades? It pretty much is, yeah.
In the Midland. That's nuts.
Just turn that into Cthulhu skin. Like, what? Oh
that's V spooky.
Yeah, that is.
It's like Kepri and Hades had a baby.
Sorcerer Poseidon heading you guys the way.
Yeah, that 3 and the 1, I'm a little bit concerned. That they're a little hard to see, actually.
We got Sunken Sorcerer Poseidon. We're gonna move right along and let's talk about Techno Titan Hercules gonna be coming your way in the Odyssey Reckoning. In this one, he's got the armor, kind of cyborg vibes going here. What do you think, Clumsy?
Yo, I like this. We have a lot of different themes with Hercules, but this one's really cool. I'm trying to figure out if he's definitely some sort of hero in this, right? He's smacking down what looks like little mini Jormungandr mechs going on.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's got the armor ready, and I believe as we go in game, we'll see a little bit of a closer look at some of the armor that's going on. It kind of does look like a mecha serb skin, actually. And I'm loving the hammer there. The weapon. It does. Looks sick.
I remember seeing this.
SPQR.
Like, huh?
What do we think it stands for?
It came out for real.
Yeah, this one turned out amazing. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Techno Titan Hercules.
It's Roman.
Systems at maximum. Let's rip our enemies apart.
I mean, turtle power.
There we go. Definitely ready to save the day with Techno Titan Hercules.
Romanus.
Our last
I don't know, man. I don't know if the Romans had cyborg tech.
November 17th.
I don't know.
Raven King Chernobog. And this one's definitely got some dark
Our history books look a little
I believe
different.
This is like a black and red, one of my favorites as we get in. He's got the Plague Master mask coming in. Mel, what do you think about this one?
Bro, I don't like the hands that creep me out, man. Something about like
that is creepy.
Chicken feet.
Mel's like, yo, I just love the turtle.
I mean, it looks
like,
dope.
all the creepy stuff, I'm not with it.
I'm kidding. He looks dope as hell. With creepy hands like that with the scales, they do something to me, man. I'm not with it. He's dope.
He's gonna be all evil like.
I just don't want him to touch me. Right? That's all.
Yeah. That is real creepy.
Yo, it looks like he's got like an open chest too. Like,
wow,
that's some fire in his chest or something.
That's cool, actually.
I know, right?
That's really cool.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for Raven King Chernobog.
There is work to be done. Dark work. Let's get to it.
That's kind of what I thought the voice pack would sound like.
He is definitely
annoyed
ready
at it a little
for the
bit,
dark work as we get ready. That wraps up the Odyssey Reckoning content that's coming you guys' way and the second part of the TMNT update. And we've got a treat for you guys as we get closer to the World Championships. You know, we have our yearly exclusive bundle, the digital loot pack, and we're going to be taking some time to talk about the new season 7 digital loot pack that's coming you guys' way. Lots of awesome stuff that you guys will be able to pick up in game, and we'll start it off with season 7 Cthulhu. You know, in this bundle we always do kind of our yearly recolor, and of course we had to go with Cthulhu. And I'm loving the purple white, almost an albino vibe. What do you think, Clumsy?
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing all the different types of Cthulhu colorations. The more we get, the better, and this definitely fits right in.
It is kind of albino Cthulhu,
as we get ready to take a look at the turnaround video and show off the model just a little bit. I'm definitely liking this color scheme.
I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bit like I was lied to by the card.
I think I almost like this more than the base. And that's hard to
say. This one is thick.
But I mean, all of the different recolors, right? They're so awesome. This one just fits among all the.
I know, right? I feel like Cthulhu recolors just hit different. Like they're all so good.
Yeah.
We got the old bait and switch.
Cool. All right. Well, no voice pack for this one because, of course, it's going to use the base Cthulhu voice pack. So we'll move right along to our next skin in the Season 7 digital loot pack, Sir Sandington Set. We've got another addition to the Gentleman's Club, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness.
My man is looking handsome and wealthy.
Oh God, his face looks too real. I don't like that.
What is this?
Oh God, all the other gentlemen? Oh my God, what does this club do?
I love them so much.
Yo, the man is suited and booted, man. He's ready to go. He's got the swag. No one on the corner has
I don't want to know what
him.
This gentleman's club
let's go ahead and
does.
take
You know
a
what
look
I'm
at
saying?
the model and the turnaround.
This is freaking spooky.
I got to see the digs in a little bit more detail there. There we go.
Oh yeah,
that is dapper.
I know, right?
Oh no, his face is freaking me out a little bit.
He's got the pinstripe suit going on.
He does have like a mad, like dapper, like Baron-esque vibe going on right here. But the head is kind of freaking me out.
Who do you think runs this illustrious town?
That's amazing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
It's amazing.
Perfect.
I know.
Is that a monocle draped over his shoulder? Wait,
yeah, he's got it, man.
It's a
he's got
big
anything
monocle.
that a gentleman could want or need. He's got it on him. Well, let's move right along. So, as I was saying earlier, we're getting closer to the World Championships, and in the digital loot pack, we always like to celebrate our reigning World Championship team. So we've got SK Gaming Merlin here in the Season 7 digital loot
Yeah, this
pack.
is a little awkward because SK dipped out away from the esports scene as soon as they won, which was really awkward.
They had the gray and pink jerseys on deck. They were always
they
ready.
had actually already
committed
committed to leaving before Worlds was played that year.
I believe the voice pack calls out to just, being 7th seed and coming out on top. This one looks so great. Let's take a look at the model turnaround here. And I believe we're going to go in game and show off some of the effects too.
Yes.
To
be fair, it looks flipping cool.
Sick. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the voice pack for SK Gaming Merlin.
7th seed. Time to win worlds.
That many worlds. There we go. And I believe Pawn, our trusty driver, is going to be showing us a little bit more of SK Gaming Merlin in game. So I'll let him get right
colors
to it and show off some of these abilities.
Just like with all the different SPL and the world skins, we got to work directly with the team. So I was able to come in contact with the SK boys and make sure we got a lot of awesome voice lines for you guys to make sure that it gets the flavor of the team. So I'm super excited to see this Merlin in game.
I know, right? I love how the Arcane just has like a lightning going on with it. Man, this turned out awesome. He's got like the new mechanical drone for the dragon.
Look at that thing.
It's pretty spooky.
I know.
That's sweet. Crap.
Pretty cool.
That was badass. Yo, that
So
fire though.
Yeah, I'm really liking this a lot.
Do that again, please. Please do that again.
You get the fire with like the sparks.
Yo.
It's so sick.
I like the effect.
And the burn effects as well? Yeah. Oh, that's
oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's
cool.
dope.
It's good.
Take my money, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little numb though after the 48th skin today,
There we go. Well, that is SK Gaming Merlin. Again, I
had like a 15-minute patch show with
congratulations.
Changes in like an hour and a half of skins.
Awesome skin.
I'm feeling a little numb.
In game in the Season 7 digital loot pack. We've got one more skin in the Season 7 digital loot pack.
Seems impossible though.
We've got Steel Alchemist Scylla up next, and this one's got the steampunk vibes. I'm not a big steampunk fan, but this one definitely looks really, really great.
Yeah, I like steampunk quite a bit, and I mean Scylla, she's so much fun to play, so I'm really excited to see this one.
All right, so it's just like little mech boys that are freaky.
Super ornate, right?
They've got like leech energy. Yeah, those are
scary.
Yeah, those are not okay.
That's gorgeous, though. Wow.
I rarely get to see the characters with their full texture because we work on things at kind of like a lower resolution. But this came out fantastic.
Yeah. I'm loving the vibes on the dress, too. Just the details and kind of the steampunk period. Just some extra accents on that. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this voice pack before we go in game. We're going to show it off.
Good luck finding another gearhead as good as me. Oh wait, there is none.
And she's modest.
There we go, of course.
And she's modest too.
For sure. All right, I'm super excited to take a look at some of these effects and abilities. And here we go. Oh, the basics look clean. I love the golds and yellows.
Oh, that's actually real creepy.
I love those like mechanical pieces. So see, because you get to see them so often in Scylla's kit, so that makes great use of them.
Wow, there's some cool looking abilities.
Oh, that's sweet as well.
Crush. That's awesome.
And you get an awesome, because it's a timing element, right? It's going to expire at the end, so the effects show that off perfectly. I love it.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Can never be too careful.
There you go. We've got the Sentinel.
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks like we just had a little bit of a technical issue with Steel Alchemist Scylla, but we got a chance to see most of the abilities. We'll have everything ready for you guys when PTS goes live later this week.
Or you're done.
If you guys are wondering how to pick up the Season 7 digital loot pack, it'll be available for direct purchase in game on November 17th. Or you guys will be able to get a code for the Season 7 digital loot pack if you pre-order the all-new limited edition SWC at home kits. We've got the World Championships coming up, and of course we're all going to be celebrating the event from at home with everything that's going on in the world, but we definitely wanted to give you guys a chance to pick up some awesome swag to commemorate the event. So this is a $60 bundle. It's going to have the digital loot pack. It's going to have a hoodie, a Capri plushie, a Smite pin. It's going to have a Season 7 poster that's signed by a bunch of the devs on the Titan Forge team, a welcome card, and some codes from some of our other sponsors and discount codes and stuff like that. Pre-orders for those are available right now. So if you guys want to head over to swag.smitegame.com and pick that up, you guys will be able to pre-order. And believe me when I say it, it is limited supply. So if you guys want this bundle, head over to swag.
They are limited supply. That's true.
To pick it up.
When they do this thing every year, they sell out really quick. This is not like Incon got paid to say this. This is like they do actually usually run out of these things really quick. If you do actually want one, the site immediately crashed. That seems about right.
The only thing I got is I wanted to thank
hi-rez
specifically for putting this together with
They literally do
Nickelodeon
sell out very
and
fast.
giving me the little kid inside of me the joy of a lifetime to be able to work on the Turtles, man. It's just kind of a dream come true for me. It can't really be topped.
For sure, and it definitely shows, man. So much love and hard work went into this new crossover. We hope you guys enjoy it. PTS is going to be live on Friday, so keep it locked to Smite Game on all social media channels.
Did it.
Until then, be safe, be positive, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
I'm going to be honest, it's been such a long time. It's been many moons since we got through the patch balancing that I don't remember a lot of the balancing, but I do remember that I liked almost all of the balancing, and I was concerned about the buff to Loki's 3. So keep your eyes on that as we get into the patch. Everything seemed pretty good. Everything seemed right, except for maybe that Loki 3 with the slow on it additional and the extra damage could be a little scary. But thank you guys for coming out for the patch notes. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. Thank you to all of you guys that support the Twitch's community, baby. Big flex to those of you that help out on YouTube, on Twitch. For those of you that smash that Prime or make God requests or help us out over at Roku, we're Smite no matter what we're doing. Hope to see you all bright and early tomorrow morning. And as always, my friends,